Well, hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 181 of our BU 365-day challenge to do one thing every day that improves us or continuously improves us, which leads to today's topic, relationship continuous improvement. What the heck does that mean? How are we going to do that? Well, we spent this month, it's already the last day of this segment, our focus on relationships, the relationship area and aspect of the life framework, the 9-step life framework or the 9-part life framework that I've been using since last year. I used 7 up until last year, and last year I added 2 areas, which we will talk about in August and September, confidence and communication. But prior to that, it was physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, which we're talking about today for our last day. We've talked about a lot of topics with respect to relationships. And our action item today, let's dive right into what we want to do moving forward, is my question for you. What one thing will you commit to doing or making a habit and making automatic moving forward to make sure that you are continuously improving in the area of your relationships? Mine is going to be, and I haven't really thought about it in depth today, but I think it's going to be around improving my communication and especially my listening, making sure that I'm really openly listening and understanding what people are telling me, not just going through the motions of life. I know in work I listen really, really well with respect to business conversations and things, but when it comes to my home life and my personal life, maybe I'm not the best listener because I'm usually trying to do 3 or 4 things at once, which multitasking is a topic for another day. I believe that women have to be able to multitask, or parents have to at least be able to multitask, or the species would cease to exist. And people laugh when I say that, but it's so true. If I would not have been able to multitask when I was raising my kids and helping with my grandkids, there'd be big problems, right? There'd be a lot more accidents, a lot more bad things would happen to people, at least in my life. So today we're going to think about what can we do going forward, and we want to make it automatic. We want to make it a habit or add it to another habit we've already got, so we don't have to think about it every day. If I had to think about every day, all right, I have to do something physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, and relationship related to move my life forward, if I had to actually consciously decide and choose to do that every day, I would not do it. I guarantee I would forget because life gets in the way and we get busy. But if I make things automatic, if I add them to something I'm already doing, it just gets done and I don't even have to think about it. And so that's what I like to do in order to continuously improve in an area or aspect of my life. So what are some things that we could do? We could, when we're brushing our teeth in the morning, add an affirmation. We could decide that once a week we're going to phone a friend, or once a week we're going to have a date night with our significant other, or we're going to have dates with our kids. There's so many things we could do that we can automatically put into our daily routine that it's limited only by our imaginations. So just remember, we want to lift people up. When we lift people up, they lift us up. When we're optimistic and positive and hopeful and looking toward the future, and being ourselves and being our authentic selves, that gives other people permission to be themselves as well. When we realize and decide that the relationships in our life are important, we will pay more attention to them. We'll do the things automatically that we want to do to make those relationships stronger and better. And we'll make sure that we pick the right people to be in relationships, right? One of the things we have to remember, my niece just had a sad breakup. We all have our hearts broken, right? Throughout our lifetimes. I can't even lost count of all the times my heart was broken, and both by friendships and by work relationships and by personal, significant other relationships. It happens to all of us because there's a lesson there that we need to learn. And I will admit that the sooner we learn that lesson, the less likely we are to repeat the same mistakes over and over again. Or the exact same mistake, but a slight tweak of that mistake because we just haven't gotten it yet. At least that has been my experience. So today, think about your relationships. Think about and notice today, and just decide what is one way that you will commit to yourself. I don't care if you do it or not. I mean, I do because I want your life to get better. But I know that I'm going to commit to doing one thing moving forward, and it'll end up being more than one because that's the way I am. But for sure, one thing that I haven't been doing before that will improve and help my relationships. Maybe it's just I make sure that I am contacting people just to check in and see how they're doing. I'm not very good about that. If you ask my sister Sylvia and my mom, they're like, you never call us. Well, I'm not a telephone person. I don't like talking on the phone. So I don't just call people to see how they're doing. So maybe that's the area of relationships that I need to, because that's the way they need to be communicated with. Maybe that's what I need to do moving forward, is make a commitment to myself that every, Tuesday and Thursday, I will call someone just to touch base and see how they're doing. Or maybe every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I will automatically send off a text message to people I love and care about just to touch base and see how they're doing. That would probably be a good one for me, and because it hits both communication and I can make it automatic and just put it in my schedule. All right. If you have any questions about this, if you have any questions about relationships or any of the areas of our life that we've talked about in the life framework so far, feel free to ask. Always ask, right? So often we think that, oh, it's a dumb question, I can't ask, I'll feel stupid. But if you're thinking of it, if you've got it, if it's popped up in your mind, it's obviously popped up in someone else's mind too. We never come up with thoughts all out of the blue or with no reason. It's always for a reason. So sometimes asking that question, keep in mind, helps you, but it gets your answer, but it also helps dozens and dozens of other people, if not hundreds or thousands, that you never even knew had the same question. Or there's something that they can learn from the answer or the question as well, or just asking the question as well. All right, have an awesome day. If I can help you in any way, hit me up. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. And we are popping into the contribution area and aspect of our life for the month of July. So throughout all of July, we'll be talking about the life area aspect from the life framework, contribution, and what we'll talk about tomorrow. What does that mean? What does that entail? Because you're probably thinking, what the heck is contribution? It's way more than you think, and you're contributing whether you know it or not. All right, have an awesome day. I'll be with you tomorrow.